Hey friends, today we're going to talk all things Guardian. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Peter, this is the MinMax Games Studio, and today I wanted to talk about the Guardian Mastery Pack and Super Slam. So we are only a couple months away from the Guardian Mastery Pack release, which is in August, followed quickly by the Super Slam release. This is currently being taken before Singapore has kicked off, so we have no spoiler information. We don't know what's in the set yet. We don't know if Singapore is going to release additional cards for the Guardian Mastery Pack. But I figured now would be a good time to start talking about it since we've had people reach out and ask about pre-ordering boxes and singles and packs. So pretty much what I wanted to say was that we are not going to open pre-orders for Guardian Mastery Pack boxes or packs. We started. There's two distributors in the U.S. and we've seen allocations from one, and then what more or less what we're expecting from the other. And frankly, it's not a lot. It's a very small amount. It's a small release, and it's too small to really put up pre-orders for what we kind of want to do as a company. I don't think this is supposed to be a massive release. It's not supposed to be another, standard set. This is more or less replacing some old concepts in Flesh and Blood and introducing the Mastery Pack. I think is the way that LSS is going forward with the product. So what that means for us is that we will have singles available. We are going to open up the majority of the product that we're receiving because we think it's in the best interest of the game as a whole, and also handling releases with small amounts of product can be very difficult. People get angry or upset when things are too expensive or there's not enough product to go around. So in order for us to kind of avoid those issues, we're just going to not do pre-sales. Now, obviously, at this point, we don't know everything that's in this set. We actually don't know a lot. So that may change as we get closer. Maybe demand will be less than we expect, and we can do some online. So most of our product will go towards singles and then having in-store play options for Crack Shuffle and play. We hopefully will run a few tournaments for that and then allow locals to pick up some product locally, in the store. So if you've been waiting for MinMax Games to have Guardian Mastery Pack pre-orders, we're just not going to have them up. So I would highly recommend reaching out to your LGS, the place that you play at every single week, and ask if you can pre-order their boxes, packs, whatever it takes, even their singles. It's this game functions from the LGS model, so you need to support where you play first and foremost, and then use companies like mine as a secondary source for stuff that they may not have. So that's kind of part one. Part two is that, and one of the reasons why we're doing this is that we are about to enter like the season of the Guardian, right? We're gonna have this Guardian Mastery Pack, and then we're going to slam into this newest set. And I could definitely see there being special cards in this Guardian set that are going to be must-haves going into this next season. So the best way for us to get those cards into people's hands to play games is through singles. So that's what we're going to do. That's our point of view. That's how we're going to operate for this release. And then I wanted to touch a little bit about what this next set is going to be. We are still waiting on a Hunted restock, right? We have no Hunted, we have no Rosetta, we have no High Seas. It's kind of like a sealed desert out there right now. So this next set is going to be very interesting. I've said it before, but it's not open knowledge. This is not confirmed. But my belief is that there was more High Seas printed than Hunted. I originally, and you can go back and watch an older video, I'm sure I said it multiple times, that I believed Hunted and High Seas were going to be printed at the same amount. I since would like to rescind that idea, and I believe High Seas actually had a more extensive printing. The problem was that even with more being printed, the demand was so much higher than before that it didn't make a difference. It didn't matter. It's just been so insane. So set after set after set of just like nailed it out of the park. Everyone wants it product. We went super heavy on purchases for this set. I don't expect to get a fraction of what I put in for orders, but I'm 100% ready and committed to take every single box I ordered if that comes true. That being said, we have I put up this past week a small allocation of cases at full MSRP price, just to gauge, to see what people wanted to do. These are what I'm calling the FOMO boxes, because we had quite a few people reach out and say, hey, when can I pre-order your boxes for this next set during high seas? And we just ran out of boxes. Our pre-order period happened so quickly that so many people who normally pre-order from us just couldn't do it. So I wanted to put up a few boxes stupid early to make sure that those people who literally don't care, they just want to have the boxes, can pre-order now. And I'm sure a lot of you at home are thinking, well, that's the stupidest thing you could do. You're going to let MinnMax Games hold on to my product for 3 months and the price is going to drop and then all this other stuff. So let me explain again about our pre-order policy. So if you pre-order boxes, this is regardless of the game, any game that we pre-order, there are 2 guarantees. Number 1 is that you're guaranteed your product. We will get you that product. There have been some minor instances. I think Lorcana this last set, distro shorted us 4 boxes, which is 1 case of Lorcana. We went back and forth. It was, they said, we said, it wasn't worth fighting more. So I literally just went online and I bought from a good friend of mine who also owns a store 4 of his boxes and had it shipped to my store, and then shipped him those boxes, or that person. I don't know who it was. But that's the guarantee. You're going to get your product regardless of what happens on our end if we pre-ordered it for you. So you're guaranteed the product. So that's something. No cancellations, no refunds and stuff like that. On the other hand, or I guess on the other side, is that you're price locked in at that point. So if we sell a product for $100 and you pre-ordered at $100, and 2 weeks from now, I raise that pre-order price to $120, $140. It gets to release day. I've got it up to $200 per box because that's what market is telling me to do. You still only pay your $100. You don't pay anymore. That's how it functions. So if you bought at the 120 mark and then it went up, you're paying the 120, etc. So whatever price you buy in at, that is the best price and it's locked in. We will never go back and ask you to pay more. Now let's look at the opposite side. Let's say you start that pre-order today at $100. 2 weeks from now, we lower it to $90, and then at pre-release, it goes to $80. So at release date, I'm shipping out boxes at $80 when you paid $100. Once that box is shown as received by you, you will get a refund of the difference. Not store credit, not some kind of weird like, next time we'll take care of you. You literally will get whatever payment method you chose. You will get that $20 as a refund. It'll show up on your bank statement or your credit card or however you paid, because that's fair. Now, after the pre-order period is over, once release day is over, it's the Wild West. Everything can go crazy. Prices can go up, down, left, right. It can go in stock, out of stock. That's outside of my control. But during that pre-order window is where we want to guarantee that you get what you asked for. And that is for sealed product. Singles, we just can't offer that. Singles change 3 times a day. It's just insane, the singles world. So the only singles guarantee that we have outside of that you're going to get the cards that you bought from us is that if you order a card and within that week, within 7 days, it's banned, you can return it and get a full refund, no problem. So that's been used a few times, but Flesh and Blood doesn't have many BNRs, and when they do, it's normally not nearly as impactful as some other games, like Magic. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So we're moving into a phase where Guardian is going to be kind of the next big deal. The Mastery Pack should be a really cool product. My hope is that stores that chose Mastery Pack as their skirmish option are going to get additional support, because we did not choose that. We chose Living Legend as our skirmish option. So hopefully those who ordered that will actually get enough product to run the cases, because I know not all stores get allocated the same. So you may ask, like, we got a lot. We got a lot of boxes of Guardian Mastery Pack in comparison to some other locations. But when you look at our overall spend and the fact that we spend literally millions of dollars on these products, it is a very small percentage of the volume that we are accustomed to. So hopefully the stores that maybe don't do as much volume, who maybe are newer to the scene, but chose to have Guardian as their skirmish, will get a little bit of extra product to make sure that those events fire. Because the skirmish is kind of like the entry point. You dip your toes in the water before you get slammed at like ProQuests and Battle Hardens and the such. So hopefully LSS got that right and they can cater to the community as a whole. But Yeah, it's still crazy. Sealed is still insane, but we're rolling with it. We're making the best out of it. Even though High Seas and Hunted and Rosetta cards boxes don't exist, the singles have settled down quite a bit. They're at a pretty reasonable pace. I'm sure there's a few cards that we'd like to see reprints, and who knows what this next set will have that'll help get us even further to that point. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. If you have any questions or comments about the state of Flesh and Blood, the state of Sealed, singles, any questions for us as MinMax Games or about our future events, we got a Battle Hardened in Chicago coming up not too long from now, so make sure you register for that in advance. But I'd love to hear anything you have to say, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.